From the very moment Elyra was born, a dark prophecy followed her. She was destined to become the Queen of Fate, a ruler who would either bring salvation or destruction to the land of Sariel. Raised in a world of power and privilege, Elyra's life seemed to be dictated by forces far beyond her control. The burden of this prophecy weighed heavily on her shoulders, shaping her every decision, every action, and every relationship. The people of Sariel revered her, but they also feared what she might become. As Elyra grew older, she realized that her life wasn't her own. She had to follow the script of prophecy whether she wanted to or not. A kingdom on the brink of war. The kingdom of Sariel is on the verge of war. Dark forces are rising in the shadows, threatening to tear the peaceful kingdom apart. Elyra's father, King Gaius, tries to protect her. But the prophecy looms over him as well. He knows that Elyra's destiny is inevitable, but he hopes to keep her safe from the harsh world of politics and war. However, Elyra's life is soon thrust into the conflict. When she learns that the enemy forces are targeting her directly, the once peaceful kingdom is now engulfed in turmoil, and Elyra is forced to confront her role in the unfolding chaos. The power she can't control. As Elyra matures, she begins to discover that she possesses extraordinary powers. Powers that make her even more dangerous, but also more vulnerable. These powers, however, do not come with a manual. Elyra cannot control them, and this lack of control terrifies her. She begins to experience strange visions, flashes of the future where she sees herself either ruling over Sariel with an iron fist or losing everything in the flames of battle. This uncertainty only deepens her doubts about the prophecy and her place in it. Elyra's struggle is not just with external enemies, but with herself. She starts questioning whether she has the strength to live up to the legacy that has been placed on her shoulders. She wonders if she could ever escape the clutches of destiny, or if she is doomed to follow the prophecy, no matter the cost. The mysterious stranger, Zethar. Enter Zethar, a mysterious man from a distant land, who holds the key to unraveling the secrets of the prophecy. Zethar is not just any stranger. He seems to know more about Elyra's powers and her true heritage than even she does. When they meet, an undeniable bond forms between them. Zethar teaches Elyra how to harness her powers, but he also introduces her to the uncomfortable truth that the prophecy is not what it seems. He reveals that her destiny is not predetermined, but that it is malleable, depending on the choices she makes. He becomes Elyra's confidant and protector, but the growing attraction between them threatens to complicate their mission. Their connection becomes more than just one of mutual respect. Elyra begins to realize that Zethar holds the answers to many of her questions. Together they uncover a dark and hidden history about her family, a history that had been deliberately erased from the records. This revelation changes everything Elyra thought she knew about her kingdom, her family, and most importantly, her role in the prophecy. The rise of rival kingdoms. As Elyra's powers grow stronger, rival kingdoms begin to take notice. Sariel's enemies, long lurking in the shadows, begin to move against the kingdom, hoping to weaken it from within. These factions see Elyra as both a threat and a prize. Some want to use her to solidify their power, while others seek to destroy her before she can take the throne. The more Elyra learns about the prophecy, the more she realizes that it is not just about her kingdom. It is a battle for the future of the entire realm. The kingdom's survival depends not just on Elyra's ability to control her powers, but on her ability to make choices that will either unite the realm or tear it apart. But even as she strives to find her place, Elyra becomes more and more conflicted. She is not just fighting against external enemies, but also her own internal battles. The prophecy calls for a queen, but Elyra does not want to be a puppet. She does not want to be used as a pawn in a game of power, betrayal, and heartbreak. As the story unfolds, Elyra faces betrayal at the hands of those she trusts the most. The revelation that her own family may have played a role in the destruction of Sariel's legacy shatters her perception of the world. Elyra's faith in everything she once believed is tested to the breaking point. People she once considered allies reveal their true intentions, and Elyra must decide who is truly loyal to her and who is using her for their own gain. Her relationship with Zethar is tested as well. As the battle for Sariel's throne intensifies, Elyra is forced to make difficult decisions that will either save or doom the kingdom. The path she must walk is filled with dark choices, and she is forced to ask herself, what is she willing to sacrifice in order to secure the future of Sariel? The final battle. The war reaches its peak, and Elyra finds herself at the center of it all. She must face not only the forces of darkness, but also the darkest parts of herself. She is forced to confront her greatest fear, becoming the very thing she has always dreaded. As the final battle looms, Elyra must decide whether to embrace the prophecy or rebel against it entirely. The fate of Sariel, and perhaps the entire world, rests on her shoulders. As Elyra makes her way to the battlefield, she learns that true power does not lie in fulfilling a prophecy, but in creating one's own destiny. In the end, it is Elyra's choices, her willingness to sacrifice everything for the greater good, and her ability to rise above the expectations placed on her that define her as the true Queen of Fate. Conclusion: the Queen who defied fate. Queen of Fate is a tale of empowerment, resilience, and the courage to defy the expectations of those around you. Elyra's journey is not just about fulfilling a prophecy, but about breaking free from the chains of fate and creating her own path. The book reminds readers that destiny is not a straight line, and sometimes, the most extraordinary journeys are the ones where we choose our own fate. The story of Elyra is a timeless reminder that we have the power to shape our own destiny, no matter what the world may say. The book is filled with action, romance, and deep emotional moments that will keep readers hooked until the very last page. Elyra's transformation from a young, uncertain princess to a powerful queen who defies the prophecy will resonate with anyone who has ever struggled to break free from the constraints of fate. The world of Sariel is rich with intrigue, danger, and magic, and Elyra's story is one that will leave readers eager to see where her journey takes her next. Queen of Fate is not just a book about a queen, it is a story about the power of choice, the strength of the human spirit, and the courage to face the unknown. It will captivate readers from start to finish and leave them eagerly awaiting the next chapter in Elyra's remarkable journey.